The Ugandan gospel music industry has been awakened by the new generation to the extent of being a club staple. People are increasingly listening to gospel music because it has quality and substance. It's music you can dance to with anyone, including children, without getting embarrassed. Eli Bulamu is a new gospel artist who grew up without parents. He lived almost his entire childhood in an orphanage called Bulamu Children's Village, where he was received by Uncle Joseph at an early age.
I grew up in an orphanage called New Lease of Life Ministries, now known as Bulamu Children's Village, where I started my life until today.
My first meeting with Elijah Kasule, who is now popularly known as Eli Bulamu, was around 2003. By then he was very young, just out of infancy. I think he had just started kindergarten.
I got to welcome him in my life is because he loved music. He was very young. He actually, everything he did, he reminded me of my early childhood age, because whatever he did, I used to see me in him.
I met him as a very young boy. But one thing that I remember, I think it was around 2011, yes, around in a ghetto studio in, is it Makere, Chivu, something, Kasubi, something, Wechitio. But yeah, he was a very ambitious, very aggressive.
I first came to know about Eli Bulamu, I think about more than 10 years ago, and that is in 2008. I met him in an orphanage where I had gone to receive homage by the founder and the director, Joseph Lubega.
Eli chose to learn musical instruments, and he spent most of his time exploring the art of music.
We got the opportunity of getting a second-hand keyboard, a very small one, what you would even consider to be a toy, but it had all the keys. And so Elijah was very keen on this keyboard, together with other music instruments, which pointed out to me that he's gifted musically.
I loved playing the piano so much because actually it is the one that we had by that time in the organization where I grew up from. So it was the piano that I really loved so much.
I saw a young boy playing instruments and I was amazed. I was astounded. And so I paid critical and close attention to Eli Bulamu.
One day, something drastically changed his life in an unforgettable way. He got pierced by a small piece of wood that cut deep through the sole of his foot.
There is a time I got sick, very sick when I was there.
He stepped on a rotten piece of wood and it pierced the bottom of his foot.
It was painful. Most times I could not even attend classes because teachers could send me out of the class.
It took a lot of time to realize that it's that piece of wood that had lodged into his flesh that was causing problems. The x-rays couldn't pick it.
They took me to the hospital and they were planning to cut off my leg.
That piece of wood that entered through the bottom, it came out from the top of the foot, just like that. So it was quite a big challenge for him in his life.
As a dream chaser, he continued and persisted in achieving his goal. And through John Mary, he was able to record his first song.
His very first song in studio, actually I produced it. It was called 12 Dechi. Yeah, our studio was then still in Nasana. M1 was still in Nasana around 2010 or 11.
I love how Eli Bulamu fuses scriptures from the Bible and uses them in his music in a way that causes you to dance, in a way that inspires you. As you sit in your car and you're driving and you listen, oh, you're like, ta 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 ta, you know, something that I as a young person relates with.
On this journey, Eli Bulamu struggled so much with stage organizers, radio and TV stations for the platform to pass his message to people.
By then I didn't know anyone. Remember, I grew up from the other side in the village, in the orphanage. Now you're coming to town. You want to be a person of influence. You want to, you know, be here, be there. You want to shine so that you can inspire. But then I was not given platforms. Most times they could look at me and underrate me because of how I was looking like, the dressing, you know, the appearance.
One of the recent incidents that we had, we were for an event, and I found a guy pushing him. And I could not wait to go heads on with the guy, because one, for him, I would rather be put to shame than him.
Even the music, because by then I didn't have that quality music. But then I had that zeal of, you know, going and express what I have.
After a long time hustling with music, he came up with one of the best hit songs which won him an award.
The winner for this category is Eli Bulamu, Mateka.
He released many transformational songs, among which is Believe, a testimony life-changing song which received nationwide airplay and regional acceptance.
When you believe.
That song, I also didn't know what was on me, because I woke up one day, hit the studio, and then I started, you know, writing. And those words used to just come, you know, unknowingly.
When you believe, yes, I'm not sure if it gives me goosebumps, but just like I can sing it and even give a wide smile. I love it.
It's an inspirational song, and he has allowed God to use him to pass that kind of message to many other youths and young people out there who don't believe that things can happen. And actually testimonies have been coming in that, man, for me that is my best song.
It is one song that encourages every particular person that you can actually make it. If you ever believe, if you ever believe and then stick on Christ, He can carry you to that place. You understand? So you could realize that it is a song that has pop feels in terms of instrumentation, but wow, it had a very, very, very good message.
I've received a lot of testimony through that song. It has changed people's lives. It has healed people, like healing. It has given them courage. It has given them hopes. And I think it is one of my biggest songs.
Eli Bulamu is now among the top 10 most celebrated gospel artists in Uganda.
There are so many secular people that listen to Eli Bulamu's music than some prominent gospel artists, because one, Eli Bulamu's music is relatable to their kind of life.
When I saw him on TV, I saw God at work, because there is no other way we could explain that someone from such a background becoming a famous personality, it gives me pride and a sense of accomplishment, that at least what we had planned, what we had invested in, was now bringing fruit.
He storms stages with lots of energy and is transforming students' lives through his testimonial songs and giving hope to his fellow youths.
I looked at Eli up on stage and I am thinking, Oh, so they are young men, crazy and stubborn, in love with the Lord. If you have seen him perform, you can get to know what I am talking about. His energy and his vibe.
This guy is a vibe. Even now, when he comes at home, everyone loves him. Everyone loves his presence.
He's done charity through his talent, you know. So I think he can evolve in so much, but so far so good. I really appreciate him that he recalls and goes back to the grounds, to the roots that made him.
I believe and I know Eli Bulamu. I've seen him do these incredible things. This is just the beginning of bigger and mightier things in God.
He works tirelessly towards his dream of establishing a musical home where he can teach and discover talents from his fellow youths for self-sustainability to break the poverty syndrome in Uganda.
I pray that he becomes a person who will be a minister to people's hearts, a bridger between people who have gone through strife, and also a person of integrity. With that fame, he will be an example to many people of his age.
I really want to change someone's life. Many people, many kids around here, Kampala and outside Kampala, are going through different challenges.
He has very great dreams to reach out to those disadvantaged people, to the vulnerables. But I think he's been restricted with funds because he has to do inputs into his music, into his ministry. And by the time it is time to go back to the outreaches and ministries, there are challenges.
So I call upon you, please, to come and join me and support me in this industry. We need to buy instruments for the ministry. We want to, to have a new home. Like we want to put up offices somewhere. We need a lot of stuff. We need events. We need a lot of things. So I'm calling upon everyone who can stand with me, who can stand with us, to come and join me, and then we push the ministry. God will richly bless you, and then be the reason as to why someone smiles. Me, I'm a believer. I believe God can do everything. God is the owner of, everything.
Eli Bulamu is a man on a mission.